Yes, I won't stop. Yes, I won't stop. We are the warriors. We are the carriers. We are the ones who
With career-focused degrees and connections with more than 200 employers, offering a wide range of industry placements and mentoring schemes, the University of Greenwich will help you develop your skills and whoa, wait, is that an Oscar? Did you win an Oscar?
2 actually. I was part of the team that won the Oscars for visual effects.
yes, I won't stop.
Find your place at the University of Greenwich and who knows where a degree could take you.
We are the warriors. We are the carriers. We are the ones who
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ahsanullah. I'm working as a manager at the EM Global Education Limited. And today we are going to have a live session with the University of Greenwich. And after a very, very successful intake for September, and now we are going to take an application for January session. And University of Greenwich, one of the really, really lucrative option for Bangladeshi student. This is very well reputed and prestigious university and taking students for long years from Bangladesh. And today we have a Rebecca Hall from University of Greenwich International Department, and she's going to talk about a lot of things. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here virtually with you
Once
guys.
again, okay? And as I was talking about, like University of Greenwich is really, really, well reputed and prestigious university, and taking students from Bangladesh for really, really long time. Okay, so it's a very well-known university for especially for Bangladeshi student. And as you have said, today we're going to talk about like particularly for January session, like what are the course we are offering from January session, the entry requirements, if there any placement option, is there any alternative English test. So we're going to talk about everything, focusing on January intake especially. Okay, so and I'm not wasting any words, rather I'm going to Rebecca. Okay, can you please start with the like little bit history of Greenwich and why students should choose Greenwich, especially for Bangladeshi student.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're really excited. We've got our cohort starting with us this September, so they'll be joining us and they'll be actually coming onto campus, which again is fantastic news because obviously we've been going through the pandemic, all of us together, and we can finally have our students on campus. All the facilities are open. We're very excited to welcome students back. So just to tell you a brief overview about the university. So we have 3 fantastic campus locations. So we're based in London and also Kent. We've got 2 campuses based in London. One is a World Heritage Site that's literally bang on the Thames River. So it's very central. You're about 15 minutes from London Bridge. And we've also got our Avery Hill campus that's slightly just outside of London, where majority of our accommodation is based. And then we've got our Kent campus, which is called our Medway campus, which is about a 45-minute journey from the London campus. And what's fantastic is as a Greenwich student, you have access to all of those campus facilities. Now, we offer a range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs from a range of different STEM subjects, so computing, engineering, business. Also, we have our School of Design as well, where we offer architecture, digital design, digital media, film, and then we also have our education and health. So we offer global public health, nursing, loads and loads of different programs. So lots and lots of options for you. And what's great at Greenwich is you can also come and get practical work experience. So you can come and study and get the degree, but also, as you saw on the video, you can get practical work experience through a placement offering or exposure to working at the university or around London.
Okay, this is really nice to let something from you about University of Greenwich, because is regarding the campus is really one of the beautiful
Highlights.
campus, not
Yeah.
inside the London, in the entire UK. Because I personally been to the Greenwich campus. It's really really lovely place. Like anybody will be proud to be a part of this Greenwich University, and it's very nice to see you. So since we are focusing for January session, and particularly can you just give us an idea what sort of course will be available for January session, like especially for post graduation students?
Yeah, of course. So we have two intakes. We have one intake in September, which is literally just passing now, and then we have another intake. So there's still an opportunity to apply if you want to come and study at the University of Greenwich. We have our January intake. Now applications are already open. Students are already getting offers for January. Now we offer a range of our postgraduate programs for our January intake. And that ranges from our business programs and also our engineering programs. And particularly we offer 2-year master's programs, which have been very, very popular, particularly in Bangladesh. And these range from civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, engineering management, pharmaceutical science. We've also got food innovation and food safety. And we've also got our MBA International Business, which is a very popular option as well. And they are all available this January. That's the 1 year and also the 2-year master's option. So please do, if anyone is interested in applying, reach out to EN Global and they can help you with the application for January.
Okay, that's really nice. Regarding the 2 years course, like sometimes student comes, okay, since 2 years course, so am I studying 2 years? And we know like it's a 1 year placement option, right? So how does it work? Can you explain our student like how does it 2 years course offers? Does the tuition fee same, or university gonna charge like each year the same amount of tuition fees? Because so far I know we get a when we able to explain student this is all about those 2 years course, then really they feel really interested about this course. So how does it 2 years course offer? When we say 2 years course, like does the student gonna study 2 years or placement work? Can you just explain them and what are gonna be the tuition fees difference? Anything?
Yeah, of course. I think that's useful just to clarify that. So, like I said, it's a 1-year master's option. Now, masters in the UK tend to be 1 year. That's quite standard. But we're offering a 2-year master's program. So it's 1 year of study. So 1 year of academic study where you'll be doing all your modules and your dissertation. And in that second year, that's a full 12-month placement option. So that's a chance for you to work in the UK or outside the UK and to gain some practical work experience. Now, how that works in terms of the fee is it's a standard fee. You're only paying for that first year, which is the academic year. You're not paying for the placement year. So for those 2-year programs, it's £18,000 for both years, and you pay in that first year. And then for the 1-year programs, they can range between 14,500 and 15,500.
Okay, and I want to just add one thing, like so as we have been working with University of Greenwich for a long time, I know there's a lot of universities in the UK, they also offer the placement option, but particularly for University of Greenwich, they have a separate department. They're grooming student, they're making them for the placement. So it's kind of secured placement, right? And student really, really,
So we have a support service in place. So we work with an external provider who essentially help and support and mentor students and provide advice around CVs, preparing, also help point them on different relevant placements that they can apply for you. apply for. So it's still up to the student to make an application and apply, be proactive, and search for those different work opportunities that they want to do in that placement year, but they have the support in place.
That's really good option because since we have been in this industry for long time, I know there's a lot of university they offer 2 years course, but they do not offer for all the subject like civil engineering, then food and food science innovation. These are the subject is very rare. University provide placement option, so
Quite
I think
niche,
that's
yeah.
one of it's very niche. Okay, so University of Greenwich is one of the really good option for all the Bangladeshi student. Since Rebecca already explained us how does it work, student can study one academic year, then the next year they can start work and earn money, right? And that can, so regarding the entry requirements, can you just give some idea about our student? Those are making decision to apply for January regarding the entry requirements.
Yeah, of course. So for postgraduate programs, that's for any of our postgraduate masters, we ask for a GPA of 2.5. So you need to score a GPA of 2.5, and that's the academic entry requirements. Now the English requirements is 6 overall, 5.5 in each skill, and that's for your IELTS. So we ask for an academic requirement and an English requirement. However, especially throughout the lockdown and throughout the pandemic, we have brought in new options that students can take instead of IELTS. So we have our, we have our own English language test that's run through our partner provider, Oxford International. And that's a completely online test that students can do. It's a cost, so we substitute it. So it's a lot cheaper for our students at £60. And students can do that test completely online. It's similar style to IELTS, so you'd be tested on verbal, writing, listening, things like that. But that is an alternative option for students.
So this is really like very flexible because 2.5 is really like CGPA they need in the bachelor course. Also IELTS scores just overall 6. And since during the pandemic situation, if anybody cannot sit for us, then still Greenwich has an option for YTC test, right? And good thing
Exactly.
is that I know even the university reduced the price for particular for the Greenwich student, right? So I think that couldn't be any more better. Like so nothing can stop university to apply for University of Greenwich.
Well, I think also it's worth highlighting the fact that even though we have the IELTS and even though we have the internal test, we also do accept loads of other variations of tests. So we accept password, we also accept TOEFL, we accept any student that's done IB, for example, we would look at that as an option. So there's other forms of English language that we do accept as well, but we don't accept medium of instruction or Duolingo. Those are the two that we don't accept.
And regarding the we have always have a student because they really want to study University of Greenwich, but sometimes they cannot apply due to the gaps. Okay, I know we have been discussing the same thing again and again. Just for our student, okay, just let them know. Okay, Rita, what sort of gaps will you allow for master
So
student?
it's very much based on an individual situation. So we would ask, for us to assess that, we would need a copy of your CV and also your transcripts. So for any students applying, please do make sure that they've got a copy of their CV so we can look at that, and you need to obviously make sure that you've done something in that. So when we talk about study gap, it's what you've done after your study. So have you carried on studying? Have you got work experience? So you need to kind of show to us what you've done afterwards.
So there's nothing to worry. Still, they need to explain us what they have been doing, right?
Exactly.
And it's like can you just give us some ideas about the scholarship we provide?
Yeah, of course. So we offer an international scholarship, and that's open for all of our overseas students. Now, for postgraduates, they can get up to £1,500 off their course fees. However, for students that are doing the placement options, you're not really eligible because it's such a good price, and the fact that you're earning in that second year, you wouldn't really be eligible. So it's more open for those 1-year students. that are doing the 1 year masters.
And the 1 year student, they can still apply for the £3,000 international scholarship, right?
So 3,000 is for our undergraduate students, but for our postgraduate students, you can get a max of 1,500. And it's a very easy application. You apply via our website. However, you need to have an offer before you apply. So you can't apply for the scholarship until you've got an offer. And then you literally go onto our website and apply via the website. It's not merit-based as well.
All right. And regarding since can you just give students some ideas regarding Greenwich University Bangladeshi student community? Like student always I know my cousin studying there, my friends studying there, so they always ask us, how about the Greenwich University? We know there's a campus. So what about the Bangladesh student community and all the other campus facilities student can avail?
Yeah, I think that's important. So what's really nice for Bangladesh students is there is actually a Bangladesh society. So in the UK, we have lots of student societies, so they're run literally by students. And I think a lot of international students at the Greenwich campus, particularly actually from South Asia and also from the EU. So we have a really, really diverse cohort of students, which is really nice because it means that you're surrounded by students that also know what it's like to move abroad and also, feeling a bit homesick. So there is a society, a Bangladesh society that you can join and meet other students that are from Bangladesh. They do different socials, they go out, they go exploring around London, around Kent. So that's really nice. Also, which I always think is a key thing when I'm talking to students, you can also get Bangladeshi food when you're in the UK as well, which I think is really, really important because that is something that you miss when you're going overseas. You miss that kind of home comfort cooked food. So yeah, there are loads of Bangladeshi restaurants that you'll be able to access and go out with friends. And also, obviously, you can cook and you can share your cuisines together as well.
So the student will be like always feel like little Bangladesh over there, right? Like all the communities, everything is available. Okay,
Especially in London as well. That's a really, really diverse cohort.
and I know that since University of Greenwich is located in the East London, so there's always a good number of Bangladeshi communities over there, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And regarding the intake, okay, since we know like when we haven't completed wrapped up the September intake yet, there's some student always comes as okay, see like I've got an offer, okay. So if I make a payment now and start processing my application now, do I get the cost letter, like within next month, so then I can apply for visa, or I have to wait for that until November?
Yeah, I think that's important. Actually, I'll highlight a few things. So just so students are aware, there's been a few changes. So it's now called a student visa. It's no longer called a Tier 4 visa. So as part of those changes, it means that you can apply for your visa 6 months before you actually arrive in the UK, which is a lot longer than it was previously. So it means that you can go through the process really quickly. So for any students that are interested in applying for January, if you apply now, you could get the visa very soon, like very, very soon. You could get it in October if you wanted. So I think that's worth highlighting. But going back to your point about September students, so we have closed our programs for postgraduate students for this September. We've got a few of our undergraduate programs still open. However, a lot of our programs have actually reached capacity. So even if you're holding an offer and you pay the deposit, unfortunately, you might not be able to come this September. You'd have to defer your offer. So what I mean by defer is your payment. So let's say you confirmed you paid £3,000, and that's what you need to do to confirm your place. But then that amount would then transfer to another intake.
So since like as you've already mentioned, there's a Greenwich, they always take and get a lot of students, okay? And there is always a situation like at the end of the intake, some student, they had to, defer for their application for January. So I think this is the time for like new students, they start making application as soon as possible. And just as you mentioned before, students do not need to wait for like until November or December. They can start apply for visa now, okay? And
Yeah.
get the visa and wait and go to university as before the their classmate maybe, right? So this is a good time for applying for the new student, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think what's really nice is it's with those changes that have happened and the fact that it's now called the student visa, it's enabled students to have more flexibility and it's enabled them more time to get everything sorted.
I think we have a question like, the Mohammed Shujan Bhuya. I have got an unconditional offer letter from University of Greenwich, subject LLM International Commercial Law. I need to defer my next intake. That means January intake. Is it possible? How many scholarship I'll get as an international student? Okay, the same thing we are discussing now.
So literally that's a perfect question. So unfortunately we don't offer that program in January. So your offer would be deferred, that's fine, but it'd be deferred for September 2020, September 2022. So it would be deferred for September. There are scholarships available. As mentioned before, we have an international scholarship where you can get up to £1,500 off your course fees. You can apply for that because you've got the offer. So you could apply for that, and actually that would get then deferred. The scholarship amount would get deferred as well to your next intake. But yeah, unfortunately we don't offer in January, but it's available next September.
Okay, since like the even like there is some business student, like for an example like strategic marketing. One student going strategic marketing for September. I think this course is not available for January, right? So is it possible for the student to change the course for like international business? Is it possible?
Sorry, you're saying if the student has another business program for this intake, and if they change their course to international business. So like I said, unfortunately, a lot of our programs are already closed for September. So yes, they can change their course, but it would be for next January. So the offer would be deferred to January for international business. Yeah.
So there's still an option, okay? If the similar course is available, student can defer the course for January session, right? I think we have
Yes, they
another
can.
question like it's a really, really long question, it seems. And it would be highly appreciated if you could help with this issue that I'm facing as my class are due to start soon. I'm expecting some delay in getting my visa. I hope to get it by October. Will be able to attend class online till October so that as soon as I get my visa, I would like to start my class on campus. The same question the student is asking if there's a visa delay, okay? Is it
Yeah,
possible?
I do understand as well that there isn't an option of getting priority visas at the moment in Dhaka, in Bangladesh generally. I do understand that. But please do not be concerned. We have a lot of students that actually still haven't even submitted their academic qualifications and they're still holding a conditional offer. You still have time. You just need to make sure that you've submitted everything to get your CAS. So make sure your bank statement's matured. So the CAS deadline is early September. So it's the 10th of September. So just make sure you have everything sorted. You've got your CAS, you've applied, you said you applied for your visa, that's it, that's great. Don't worry about it. You can still come and you'll be able to start online classes until the end of October. So please do not be concerned. But please do also get in contact with the university, your program leader and student services to inform us that you'll be arriving slightly later because of visa delays. But yeah, that's completely fine. You can start your course
As long as
online.
students submitted everything before 10th of September, and if there's a visa delay, still do not need to worry. They can start enrolling online. And if it is like any more delay, they can start the course, online. And when they get visa, they can join the class, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think another question we have asked regarding the cash shield. Some student, they applied already, they're still, they're getting very, slow progress regarding their, cash shield. I think still we do not need to worry, right? It will be processed in due time.
So for any student that hasn't yet paid the deposit, what I would say is the deposit deadline is the 31st of August. So please do make sure if you are 100% wanting to come and study this September and you've got the offer, you need to pay by the 31st of August to enable you to then get CAS Shield, which CAS Shield starts the pre-registration and CAS process.
Okay. So this is really nice. I think for January session, we have really exciting amount of course for Greenwich, as you've already mentioned earlier. And like Greenwich University always they're famous for business courses like their international MBA. Okay.
Mm.
Also, there's some courses I think that is very seldom UK University offers like placement with civil engineering. There's another course like food innovation. Okay. There's a course like supply chain. Okay. So these are the course. There's a course like water, waste, and environment management. Still, this is very, very like we have a lot of students already applied for January session this course. So all sort of courses available for January session. Okay, so
I
I
think
think this.
also just to kind of highlight actually with what I think students need to be aware as well. The more specific when you're applying for your master's undergraduate, you can apply for quite a varied degree. But postgraduate, it's good to be as niche and specialised as possible because it's developing your skill set. So try when you're looking and searching for a course, look at actually what skills are you wanting to develop and what specific career you're wanting to go into. And that will obviously help you then decide what degree you want to study. So for example, in the UK, we're constantly looking for more engineers in specialised fields. So this is a really good job prospect, but also in Bangladesh, electrical engineering, that's become a big phenomenon in Bangladesh. So look at the sort of things that you're wanting to develop from a career point of view. That's what I'd advise. Sorry, just to kind of add on to
No,
what you're saying.
definitely. Because that's what I said. Greenwich University, like if any student they want to looking for business courses, is available. If any student comes from like pharmacy background, there is a pharmaceutical science is available. If any student comes from science background, they want to study data science, so data science is available. So any student comes from like environmental management, agriculture, there is a course from Greenwich. So if any student like this sort of courses available for civil engineering, this student like any civil engineering background, they have a question subject for Greenwich. And there's a question like, is pharmaceutical science MSc is available in January intake? Can you please answer?
It is, yay, it is. So please do apply. It is
Yeah.
available. And students are already getting offers for January. So if you're interested, please reach out to Ian Global and they'll be able to help you with your application.
And
I
this is
think
also available for the 2 years course, right?
that's correct. Yeah. So it offers the 1 year or the placement option. I think it might be quite helpful to run through actually the key documents that students would need when they're submitting an application. So if any student is interested in applying for January, in terms of documents that you need to submit, you need to make sure you have a copy of your transcript from your bachelor's to show that you meet the GPA of 2.5. Also, a copy of your CV, a personal statement, so why you want to study that course and come to Greenwich. Also a copy of your passport, and if you have English, IELTS or any other kind of form of English available, you can supply that. If not, don't worry, you can still apply and you'll get the conditional offer.
And that regarding the personal statement, like student always comes to us, okay, give us some ideas about personal statement. I think this is the time the student should, hear this from the universities. Can you give the students some feedback or guidance about personal statement?
Yeah, of course. So a personal statement, you don't want it to be longer than a page. And essentially it needs to explain why you want to study that course. So what is it about that specific course that interests you? So have you looked at the modules, a certain modules? Does it relate to your future career? Also, why have you chosen to study at, for example, the University of Greenwich? Why have you chosen Greenwich over another university? Also, again, highlight how it's going to help towards your future career. And also what extra activities have you done that will support and show that you're not just coming to study at Greenwich, but also actually going to get involved in lots of different activities as well.
So it's not all about like how many pages you have written. It's more about what sort of skills you are looking for and how this will benefit you in future. And regarding
Yeah.
like all the other course you have considered. I think this is all about personal statement should be. It should be like
Yeah,
student own words. What's motivated them for their course, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So if like since like student, like I know there's all the IELTS center is already opening in Bangladesh, so the student still can apply. Some student comes, brother, I do not have an IELTS certificate yet, but still they can
Doesn't
apply,
matter.
right? They can hold the
They can,
conditional
yeah.
offer.
You get the conditional offer. So yeah, if you don't have English, don't worry, you get the conditional offer. And until you meet the English requirements, that will then get updated to an unconditional offer. But you can still apply without English, you'll get the conditional offer. Yeah.
And regarding the intakes, we're gonna always, ready to hear to help our student what sort of documents they need to need, because I know like university is in touch with us like 24 hours, right? So student don't need to worry. If they apply early, it's gonna save their time,
It
avoid
is,
any
yeah.
unnecessary delay, right?
Well, also, as soon as you apply, the university starts engaging with you in terms of inviting you to different events. So we have a range of different events that we put on. So this week, I'm conducting a pre-departure event with students that are arriving in September. We also have open days. So at the moment, we're conducting a virtual open day. So please do come along to that. We've got some happening in October. And also we conduct offer holder events to explain more about the university. So yeah, it's a really good way that then you can come and ask questions and engage with us directly.
And regarding like since we already know that like all the COVID restriction is lifted over in the UK, so can you give our students some ideas how everything is going to open or already open in the UK? So there is nothing like they need to stay at home, but now they can have a chance to go to the campus and take the all the facilities available there. So can you just give our student a few ideas about everything is open in the UK or not?
Yeah, of course. I think, like I said at the beginning, that's something we're really excited about is the fact that because everything now, so all the lockdown restrictions have been lifted in the UK and students now can officially come back onto campus. So all facilities, restaurants, everything, there's no kind of restrictions on what you can do. Everything is officially open, which is really, really nice. And it means that you'll get that full university experience of being on campus, using the facilities. So yeah, it's a really, really positive.
I, th- I think we're almost at the end of our session. Like, is there anything else you need to tell our student regarding like January and how to prepare, how they start their preparation for January session? Is there any good last advice?
I think advice I would use is start early. The earlier the better. Start looking at the website. So go on the university website, look at the programs. What are you interested in? What do you want to do? And then from that, start applying, because like I said, you can get the offer, you can then start applying and getting your CAS and your visa very, very early. So there's no need to wait to the very last minute. Apply early, and also it's a chance for you to then see different options, look at accommodation that you might want to go into, and a bit more about the campus and the university. So yeah, apply early. That would be my advice before we leave. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always good thing. Like because we always have some student they come late and they get really worried. Should I get my class starter on time? Should I get visa on time? Okay, what if the university class already been started? So I think it's in order to avoid this. This is the right time to apply. And as we have already know, like we are always happy to help our student. Okay, so it's really nice to have you here, and we're gonna have this session again in future very soon for our student, so they do not need to worry, they can always come to us and start applying. And I think we're gonna call it a day today. Okay, and hopefully you're gonna run this session again in very future, and it's really nice to see you once again. Okay, and it's always get a lot of good advice for our student regarding studying University of Greenwich.
No, thank you, and it's been lovely to be here. And please do,
All right. Thank
EN Global have been a long partner of University of Greenwich. So if students are interested in applying, please do go through EN Global, because their counsellors are fantastic and they guide you and support you throughout the whole application process. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for being